Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the podcast. I think we're on episode number 9 now. Today we're going to be doing a nutrition part 2. But before we get sort of diving into that, we just both wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who has sent us like some nice messages. So we've had loads of folk like that aren't our usual followers on social media, like people we've never heard from or never seen before, never met, whatever. They've messaged us and just said like they really like the podcast. If you find it dead relatable, dead helpful.
Yeah.
That's just dead nice. So we just wanted to say that it doesn't go unnoticed. And thank you to everybody who's also shared it on social media, who's liked it, who's subscribed to the channel, who's like told their mum and their pals to watch it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't go unnoticed. We do really appreciate it.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Because obviously
Means
for
the
us,
world.
like it's just a laugh coming and doing it.
Yeah, of
isn't it?
course. Yeah.
we
Is
pretend
anybody out there?
we pretend it's work. We're like, we have to go and do this podcast now. Who actually we just want to come and do it.
This is just my excuse to get away from Wayne's and have a coffee with Lou.
Like, I'm sorry, we have to do the podcast
Ross, I
today.
really need to do that fucking
They're
podcast.
well annoying. So yeah, we just wanted to say thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So we wanted to do a sort of carry on from last time,
Yeah.
answer all the questions we didn't get to answer,
Yep.
and cover some topics we didn't get to cover.
Yeah.
So I thought we maybe just dive into some questions.
Yeah,
right
go
away.
for it. Yeah.
Okay. Bear with me, I'll ask a different one first. Sorry. You can tell that we have a long drive over here on the
We
way
do.
here, and sometimes we laugh about things,
We do.
and sometimes we laugh. When we laugh, we cry.
You
In a good way. When I cry when I laugh.
I love it when you laugh, Luke, because you proper cry.
Honestly, like I can't
And then
laugh.
it sets me off. You're
I can't laugh. I'm doing it now. I couldn't even start this intro for ages there for just like wanting to laugh. When I laugh, like I properly cry.
Yeah. Do you not
so
think
annoying.
it's always the stupidest thing that's like you could watch something that's deemed really funny and go, that's not funny. And then something that's not meant to be funny.
Like, see even what we were laughing at on the way over,
Yeah.
like right now to me it's hilarious, right? But see, if I told somebody they'd be like,
I don't get it.
that's not really that funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, anyway.
I think that way about Elf. See the film Elf? Hate it.
Oh, Nikki.
The film Elf is not funny. Will Ferrell is not funny.
I don't love Will Ferrell, like he's not my favourite, but you can't say Elf's not funny.
No, it just... Do you know what it is? It's one of those things where it actually annoys me. In fact, do you know what, right? I saw an episode of Family Guy once and nearly wet myself laughing at that because wee Stewie watched Elf, showed him get on a plane, fly to LA to Will Ferrell's door, and Will Ferrell answers the door and he scuds him across the face and goes, "You're not funny." And I'm like, totally feel you. That's exactly how I feel about it.
I don't. He's good. Yeah, but did you not say you love him in like Daddy's Home or
Right.
two?
I liked him in Daddy's Home too, but I think it was the dynamic of him, Mark Wahlberg, and Mel Gibson was so funny.
But Will Ferrell plays the same person in every
No, I know,
film.
but if it was just him, it'd be irritating. But I think it's because he's all woo, and they're like pure dour-faced.
If
That
you'd
was the
never
funny.
said that, I'd have
It's like the
gotten on
it's a
board
bit
with
like me and you, the contrast.
That's a contrast, aye. People hate me on my own, but people love us together.
Nobody hates you.
Nobody hates me.
Nobody hates you.
They're only
They probably
jealous.
hate me
They're only
more.
jealous.
That's
you know.
right.
Right, okay, question number 1. What to eat in a cut or a bulk? Any tips? My answer would be the same thing.
That's
but,
exactly what I was
but
about to say.
more of or less of it.
Yeah.
That
Pretty
sounds.
much.
I'm not laughing. They're like, that sounds really silly, but people have this weird misconception that
Yeah.
they're bulking. Honestly, I don't even want to use that word, but they're
It's a horrible
bulking.
word.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm going to have to eat all this food. It's like, you're not.
No.
And like, you're probably going to be eating maybe 100 to 200 calories more in a day.
Yeah.
Like, why does that need to change what you eat?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I can eat the same food, but when I'm getting more calories, I have more of it. And when I
Yeah.
get less calories, I get less of it.
And that's a sensible way to do it, because
Yeah.
then that doesn't make you feel like you're cutting or bulking.
Yeah.
It's just like you either eat more of what you eat or you eat less of what
Yeah.
you eat, and you just always eat the same things, and then you're not in this weird shite relationship with food.
Yeah, totally.
Like, for instance, if you're bulking, I'm going to keep doing that. So if you're like just in a surplus and building muscle, you normally have 50 grams oats and you could
Yeah.
have 70 grams oats. If you normally have
Mhm.
potatoes, you could have pasta.
Yeah.
If you normally have half a pack of rice, you could have a full pack of rice.
Yeah. I suppose like anything, like just go by your calories, but just don't fill it with shite.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
I think, look at it like you always eat the same things. If you're maintaining, if you're
Yeah.
building, eat more of that. If you're cutting,
Yeah.
Eat less of it, and then if you're cutting, you probably want to go down the volume foods route,
Definitely.
because you don't just want to be eating like 100 grams of cooked rice,
No.
because you'll be starving.
Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come to that when we do cutting and
Yeah.
bulking. That would be my answer. Would that be your answer?
Yeah, I would definitely say the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to ask the question?
No.
She's dying to ask this question, but can't get it out.
Right,
Are you going to ask the question?
I'll do another one. Well, now you've said the one that I'm trying not to make it obvious, the one that I'm laughing at.
Okay.
Because the person's going to know I'm laughing at it.
That's a good point. Aye.
Fucking hell.
That's a very good.
That's
I'm not
like
going
me
to watch.
going, don't turn round, Nikki, but and you going like that. Who that guy there?
You do realise that every question that people are going to be like,
Is that my question? Is
that
it my
the
question?
question we're
Is it my
laughing at?
question? Are they
Is
laughing
that
at my
the
question? Is it my question? We weren't
It's not that
laughing
it
at
was
the
a stupid
No,
question.
we weren't laughing at it being a stupid
no,
question.
we're not laughing at the
I think
person.
I just said it in a funny way.
Aye, it's the way you said it that it just sounded
Yeah,
weird.
so don't worry, I'm not actually laughing at any of these questions.
We're not. It was the way you said it, and I went, "What?" And that's why it was funny, because I think it just.
The whole way over here, we did hysterically laugh as well, so I think
Aye,
we're
we
just
did,
both in a
aye.
silly mood anyway.
Yeah, we are. Right.
Okay. Right, okay. So, for Joe Blogs not training for a holiday or an event, how should I incorporate builds and maintenance into my training programme? Do you want me to read that again? No.
Yeah, read that
Okay.
again.
For just a general population person, not a bodybuilder, not training for a holiday, not training for an event, how do you incorporate builds and maintenance into your training programme? So I suppose the question they're asking is, they're not doing a photo shoot, they're not doing a big holiday, they've got no big events.
Yeah.
When should they maintain? When should they build? How do they build that into their plan?
It's kind of two things though, because it depends. Like, if you're someone that just wants to do maintenance, why do you want to build?
Well, my answer here would be that I think it's a misconception that to build is this big phase where you get all this extra food.
Yeah.
And like people always think about the food. I just wrote a post on this for Instagram the other day actually.
You did, yeah.
I'll put it. Well, I haven't put it out yet, Nikki. But I'll put it out. About how people get fixated on the food. They're like, I'm building, so they just think calories.
Yeah.
I'm like, but remember, it's all to do with your training.
100%. It's about building muscle.
It's what you do in the gym only matters, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
yes, you get a wee bit extra food, and like some people get away with a lot of extra food. Some people get a lot of food, but they'll also be gaining body fat there.
Yeah, of
and
course.
if you're somebody who doesn't want to always do a build and a cut and a build, then you can sit at your maintenance calories and still build muscle.
Yeah.
For a
that was
long
my
time.
point. Yeah.
Aye, for a long time. You don't need to
Absolutely.
be doing builds.
That's probably what I'm doing now.
You can sit in maintenance unless you've been training for like years and years and years and years, and you've hit your genetic limit, which none of us have.
No.
Then you could probably just sit at your maintenance calories. It would take a long time, but if you're not training for it, what does it matter? You're probably going to train forever anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think I ever knew what a build was or a bulk was until I'd trained for like 4 years. I just sat at maintenance calories and just trained. And
Yeah.
I built a good amount
Right,
of
you'll
muscle.
still build. As long as you're getting decent amount of calories, that's the thing. I think people get really confused on how many, like, I spoke to someone about this the other day and she says, I'm on like maintenance calories. And I said, where are your maintenance calories, right? Now she was like, our height. And she says, about 1,500. And I was like,
No.
that's not your maintenance calories. No way. That's you in a deficit. But to her, that's what normal would be her maintenance. And then we did have to have the chat. If I said, well, you're definitely not going to be building muscle there because you're not getting enough food in.
Yeah,
especially
but then,
protein.
Then just monitor what's going on then.
Yeah.
So if you trained and you really wanted to build muscle when you're doing it, but you didn't have a goal, timeline, event, you just thought, I like doing this and I want to do this forever, but I'd like to build some muscle.
Yeah.
You will do it, but you have to monitor the data.
Yeah.
So you have to monitor the food you're taking in.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to track that, then be very good at intuitive eating.
Yeah.
Which most people aren't. Monitor your body weight. If it's going down, then you're in a deficit.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's staying the same or fluctuating by a few kilos up and down, then you could be building muscle.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're fucking progressing in the gym.
Yeah.
Your logbook is like your best pal, and if it doesn't matter what calories you're eating.
Yeah.
Because you could eat, if I've been there, like just eating a shit ton of calories and being like, I'm building muscle, and fucking wasn't building anything.
Yeah.
I was just getting fat.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Yeah.
because my training wasn't up to par.
Well, that's the thing. And also, like, I think the whole protein thing is a big thing for me because I do believe calories are king, but your macronutrients are the thing that's going to shape you, especially like protein-wise. Like, if you're just eating hundreds of carbs and you're not getting any protein, if you're eating pure just hundreds of plant-based stuff, but you're not getting enough protein in, chances are you're not. I'm not saying you wouldn't grow, but it's not going to benefit you the way it would if you were hitting that protein threshold. Definitely.
You don't need to be like 100% like picky about every single macro and whatever
No.
you're doing. But if you are training hard, you're spending a lot of time in the gym or 3 to 4 days in the gym, whatever it is, like, you know, track the data, track your protein, like track your calories, like track your logbook. Like, if you're going to do it, fucking do it, right?
Yeah, so what I would probably say my answer to that whole question is, right, so person that isn't committed to obviously like, they're not doing a specific sport, they're not doing it for anything, they're just someone that, from the sound of it, just wants to look good, be maintenance, enjoy life, kind of thing. So if I was you and you wanted to figure out what your kind of maintenance was and maybe add in a bit of a build, you want to track for probably at least a month, I'd say, because here's the thing, even it's like people on a diet, your weight will still fluctuate. You'll get weeks where your weight doesn't come down, doesn't shift. Then you might be on your cycle if you're a female, and you need to take all that in consideration as well. So if I was you, I would set your calories and hold them there and don't change anything, maybe for a good few weeks, and track all that data just to see where you're sitting. And if your weight stabilises, even though you've been on those calories, you've stuck with that training plan, that could be your maintenance. Could you be afforded to push calories a wee bit? I would then maybe push them up by 200. Your weight might dip a wee bit up again, but then hold it there and you'll probably notice it'll stabilise. But it doesn't, it's like Lou said, it doesn't need to be like thousands upon thousands of calories or like a massive jump. Like I've got a client who, she's terrified of gaining weight and she knows she has to come out of this deficit and she is absolutely terrified of the thought of pushing up her food. But I said to her, we are going to do this so gradually that it won't affect you that way. So I literally, for her, when her weight stabilised, just pushed her up 100 calories each time. And it's like, what's 100 calories? Like a bagel thin. If you want to put it into terms. And just kind of built her up that way. And we built her up literally from 1,300 calories to 2,500. And her weight is like, she's only up like a couple of kilos, if that. And looks great and looks better for it. Like she's filled out, but in a good way. Looks more athletic. She feels great. People are telling her how good she looks because her skin and all that's in a better condition. Her hair, like, so yeah, I wouldn't do anything drastic. I would find out what your maintenance is. Stick with those calories. Monitor your weight whilst you're training that for over a month or even 3 weeks. But I like to do a month. And from there, I would kind of gauge what I wanted to do. What would you do?
Just that. And you need to be patient and just enjoy it. That's what I did. Exactly what you said. When I was training myself long before I got Ross as a coach, I just found my maintenance calories. I think I vaguely remember being at about 1,800 or something like 1,900, and I think I was eating at that every day. Maybe like a Saturday night, I was having like drinks, whatever. Yeah. And then I was tracking my body weight, and it was staying the same. And my lifts were going up, and I was like, right, I did that 100 calories, and then I left it at that for a month, and then I was like, right, if my weight's stabilising, right, I'll do it. Don't just go like 100 calories up and then your weight stabilises for 3 days and then add another 100 calories. No. And these, like you said, like you should have I sometimes do projected rate of gains for some people, like percentage wise, like a rough percentage of your body weight that you're trying to increase every month, like maybe like 1% of your body weight per month maximum. But that's like, it doesn't always pan out that way, and then people get a little bit fixated in the numbers. But you shouldn't be gaining like kilos upon kilos. Like, if you're building for a year and you gain a kilo a month, you're going to gain 12 kilos.
Exactly.
It's a lot of weight. And the amount of that that's muscle, maybe half a kilo. Realistically, in a natural female, maybe half a kilo.
I see this all the time, and you'll see this too. You see people, especially people that are maybe new competitors, and they say, I'm in a bulking phase. And you look at them and you're like, no, you're not. You've just gained a shitload of weight that isn't muscle. And
if you look at it from, let's take Ross as an example, right? I can't remember the exact numbers, these might be wrong, but from the last time he competed to now, his stage weight, what is it like? Is he like 3 kilos heavier?
He's he's more than that.
Is he more than that?
Yeah, he's way more. He's about 6.
6 kilos heavier? Right, okay, so he's about
Yeah.
6 kilos heavier. And how long did he take off?
3 years.
Okay, so that's technically 2 kilos of muscle a year from a guy who's assisted.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Right, so he probably gained way more than 6 kilos from his last show to now, to when he started his prep.
Yeah.
He might have gained 20 kilos, 30 kilos, whatever that may be. And out of all of that, he's gained maybe 6 kilos of muscle, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? So that puts into perspective, if you're a female and you're thinking in a year, if you think in a year you're going to gain more than half a kilo to 1 kilo of muscle, that's the max. I honestly think it's the max you're going to gain.
Yeah.
For me, I got leaner. I was 4 kilos lighter from my second photo shoot, and I was definitely in better nick.
Oh, definitely. You had loads of muscle, yeah.
I probably had about, be lucky if I had a kilo extra muscle on my body.
Because what people tend to forget, and this comes back to the whole women afraid to lift weights, they think they're going to lift these weights and look like these female bodybuilders, and it's like, that's not easy to do. See, if that was, my Ross would be like, Christ, size with you be?
No,
Do you know what I mean? Or we'd be massive, and it's like, people get this so mixed up. They think in their heads like, oh, if I lift weights though and I do that, I just don't want to get dead muscly, and it's like, honey, does it work like that? And a classic example of knowing this is a couple of the girls I've put through photo shoots, right? So they've been weight training, they're maybe new to weight training, want to do a photo shoot. In their heads, when they're dialed right in, they assume they're going to look the way maybe these advanced bikini athletes look, with the cuff shoulder and the abs and the glutes. And then they're confused that they don't have that. And I'm like, because you don't have any muscle.
It's so, I know.
Like, and I don't mean that in a cheeky way, but you've not
takes
built
years,
enough
I know.
muscle for that muscle to pop through. But they all think, oh, but if I do this, I'll have abs and all that. And it's like, but you don't have any muscle. You've not built enough muscle to look like that.
It takes years.
Oh, years. Yeah.
You can do like proper builds where you really want to go in. Like I've done them and you've done them, where you actually spend like a solid 6 months or a year like in a surplus.
Yeah.
Eating, training, and your goal is to build.
Yeah.
And you can do that. You will gain excess body fat, and you will then need to diet to take it off.
You will.
If you don't want to do the flip-flopping of building and cutting, then do what we just said, like sit in maintenance and just like be there for the long run, and very, very, very slowly trickle in little bits of calories here and there if you feel like your training performance is going down or your scale weight's going down.
Yeah.
So I think there's 2 ways to do it. I think people get confused by the whole doing it in a time, because that's what we do with clients sometimes. If a client's going to be with me and they want to do a build, I'm not going to say, well, you're going to be coaching for 5 years then.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take, like, it's like, well, we could do it in a bit of a shorter time in a year.
Yeah.
But you will have to diet at the other end of it, because you're going to gain body fat.
Of course.
And it's going to need to come off. Do you know what I mean? So
standard.
if you just want to do it yourself, or you want to just do it for the ride, like, and enjoy it, then just do it for 5-10 years and just wee bits of food.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do another one. I'll do one more and then do you get one?
Yeah.
Okay. What can you do when you're trying to eat well, but at the same time you want to eat chocolate every day? Fuck.
Well, what was it? Read that again. What can you do when you're trying to eat well, but you also want to eat chocolate every day? Planning a bit of chocolate.
Yeah.
Like a tiny bit. We're not talking about...
We answered this in the last podcast, which was like, why do you have to eat shite every day?
Well, you don't.
Right, I eat chocolate every day, but I get the wee mini bars of dark chocolate. And I know dark chocolate and milk chocolate have the same calories, okay? Yeah. They actually have the same calories, so they're maybe like minuscule calories off, right? So gram for gram, milk, dark, white, they're all pretty much the same. It's not a calorie thing. The reason that we always bang on about dark chocolate is because the higher the percentage, the more things like magnesium and stuff like that in it. It's better for you.
Yeah, it's better for you.
There's some better health benefits than milk chocolate. And it's also less easily consumed, because you don't want to tan it.
No, you're not going to binge in dark chocolate.
So I do have it every day, but I do have dark chocolate. I actually just became accustomed to liking it now, to be honest with you, because it's always been in my meal plans.
See, for me, never liked dark chocolate. It's the 85% stuff I have in my oats now.
Yeah, like I do like it, and I think it's it is acquired when you start it, but you do end up liking it.
Yeah.
But I have that every day. I just track it, and I don't leave. I don't eat nothing all day so I can eat a big giant bar of chocolate at night.
No.
I just put like 15 grams in malts.
Yeah. I think the thing is, right, so, and I'll be honest when I say this, I do love chocolate, right? If I'm buying a bar of chocolate, let's be honest, I'm not just having a couple of squares of that chocolate.
Well, tell David that.
That's what I'm saying. I want to literally tan the bar. It's like when it goes serves 2 and I'm like, behave yourself, Galaxy.
I love it.
Does it fuck? For sharing. No, it isn't. So my thing is, like, I'll be honest, I don't even really have dark chocolate now. Like, I love peanut butter every day. I have peanut butter every day.
I'll have both every day.
At the weekend, see if I want a bar of chocolate, I'll have a bar of chocolate. But again, the question is, how do you do this every day? And the answer is, you could have it every day and track it, but how much are we talking?
Well, it's not a bad food.
Of course it's not.
It's just
There's
a
no
food.
such thing as bad food.
There's no, it's just a food. So,
Yeah.
like you say, if you have it every day, if you want to have it every day. But don't, if you're somebody who can't control themselves around chocolate,
Absolutely.
don't wait till 8 o'clock at night and decide you're
No.
going to have 3 bits of dairy milk, because
Yeah.
you're not. You're going to fucking tan the
Aye.
whole bar.
And then say, it's fine, we'll start again tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll finish this and that's it, done.
Yep.
Start tomorrow.
After 6 o'clock anyway, so I'm going to gain fat
Yeah.
anyway, so I may as well just
Yeah.
do the full thing.
That metabolism stops working, fucker. So,
Then
yeah.
get up in the morning and be like, that fucking cortisol, man.
Aye,
God's
that's
sake.
exactly what it
That's
is.
made me eat that fucking chocolate.
The cortisol, what is that all about? Did you see that thing I posted the
Yeah.
other day? Could rip my face off.
I don't know.
I'm not joking.
Is that cortisol in it?
It's
Supposed to
that
make you stressed? That's the answer. Right, okay, moving on.
Yes,
Question.
moving on.
Here's
Right,
a
okay.
question.
You want me to give you a question?
Yeah.
I've actually got quite a couple of really good ones. Okay.
I said that as if mine was right.
No, yours were good too. Right.
Sorry, I didn't ask them, so.
Let's have a look at. What about.
But why do I
Sorry,
feel
I've
like
got
I'm-
a few, but
why do I
we
feel like
did.
I'm looking at your face like I want to burst out laughing again?
No, we cover. Right, well, we done the kids one. I'm not going to ask a kid question, even though they did ask.
Fucking
Well,
hell,
the
okay.
question is,
Come
how
prepared.
should nutrition be tailored for different types of exercise or fitness goals? Do you want me to read that again?
Give me an example of what that means.
How should nutrition be tailored for different types of exercise or fitness goals? So do they mean like someone that does high rocks versus someone that does like weight training?
I would imagine so, aye.
Yeah.
How should it be tailored? I suppose, though they are very different, I suppose.
They're very different, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I would tailor that any different for somebody who does like just high rocks.
Yeah.
If you're like a CrossFitter and you're like a serious CrossFitter, or like you're an Olympic weightlifter and
Yeah,
you're a serious
totally
Olympic weightlifter, different.
Yeah.
If you're a bodybuilder who likes to do high rocks, it's not like you should have like high rocks eating days and like
Yeah.
bodybuilding eating days. Like you might want to put more food in if you're doing a really long sort of training session, like conditioning session where you feel
Yeah.
like you need that extra energy.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
I think the thing is, pretty much what you said there, it's not so much you need to tailor it to what you're doing. I mean, MD doing high rocks and that, listening to us and they're like, yeah, we need more
Yeah,
carbs.
I know.
And we get that, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're someone that's not like a pure athlete, for me, I would definitely say like, just make sure you're eating enough. But again, don't think, because this is where people fall into the pit hole, right? And I've seen it so many times. They go, but I'm doing high rocks, so I can now eat like 3,000 calories a day or do whatever. And it's like, but you can't really. Because we spoke about this before. A lot of the time, you're not burning the amount you tend to think you are.
No. Well, that's what we spoke about the other day. Like when you're doing a weight session. So if me or you did a leg session, I'm
Yeah.
not saying we're like the best trainers in the world because we're not, but like if me or you did a leg session, our leg sessions take about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they're fucking
And
hard.
it's hard going.
Right? They're
yeah.
hard. I would say if we're lucky, we might burn 200 to 300
Easy.
calories, maybe, maximum.
But
And
your
that 2 hours.
watch will say I burned about 7.
Oh, aye.
Load of shite.
Yeah. And that's from somebody who's training, like, I would consider myself to train like fuck.
Yeah.
When I'm training
like
legs,
to failure.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm training like fuck.
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And then, a lot of people don't train that hard.
No.
So then, realistically, in a weight session, you might burn 100 to 200 calories if you're
Yep.
lucky. If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have to, you don't need to eat that back.
Yeah.
You're not training hard enough. Like, definitely if you're doing conditioning and you're doing a lot of it, like you said,
Yeah.
like you probably do need more quick carbs. You might need like intra drinks. You might need like gels,
Definitely.
like things like that. Electrolytes,
Yeah.
things that are going to take you through that. But then again, if you're doing that, you should probably have a coach that's telling you
Yeah.
all that, like giving you that sort of plan for how to eat around
Definitely.
those.
Yeah.
Because then it comes down to timings and all that kind of stuff. When when do you really want to eat around those sessions? And I don't really personally have many clients that do high rock stuff. They might do some conditioning as cardio, but most of the women that I get are women that want to just weight train.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm probably the same.
it's
Mine
not
are very
something-
rounded. They're not high rocks, but they're more, weight training, do your cardio.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
their cardio can be conditioning, or they can.
Yeah.
I've got a client actually who's going to start some high rock stuff, which is fine. Like,
Yeah.
and that I think it's a case of like figuring that out when they start to do it. Like, they might be like, I'm doing high rocks training twice a week now, and see on those days I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And we might notice like big dips in their body weight,
Definitely.
or like really poor recovery, and be like, right, more food needs to go in those days.
100%. Yeah. So it's more food, because here's the thing, you also want to make sure that, for me, the two things in that would definitely, like, fats are still important, but obviously with that, it would be more kind of fast acting carbs, and obviously making sure your protein's up to get you for muscle recovery and stuff like that as well. But yeah, it's very person specific. Like, if I was working with someone and they said, here's what I'm doing, I'd work out their calories and decide, right, how much are we doing? How much training are you doing though? Like, I know, like, it's very person specific, isn't it?
And like like intensity levels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could take a lot of different folk that are saying they're doing high rocks 3 times
Yeah.
a week, and it would not look the same.
Yeah, because like, so classic example, I had a client recently who, and I did say I was going to mention her, not her name, but I did say I was going to talk about this. So weight wasn't really coming down. She said she was sticking to her calories. We're doing her training, her weight training. I'm like, what are you doing for cardio? And she's like, I'm doing circuits. And I'm like, and she was putting in hour circuits. And I was like, there's no way you're doing a full hour of circuits. She's like, no, I do. And I'm like, you're trying to tell me you're battering out a full hour red zone at that kind of burning intensity? No way. Because not in a cheeky way, like, I also know her, so I also knew the fact that she would be having a lot more breaks in between. And I'm like, see you just doing like the Stairmaster or even on the bike, you probably burn more than what you're doing in there, because what you're doing is she's jumping in, she's going for it, her heart rate's going up, and then she's fucked and it's coming back down, and she's taking a good minute to rest and then going again. So it's not consistent. It's not like, there's no way she's burning. She's like, but my watch says I've burnt about 800, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, if that's the case, your weight would be down every week.
I know.
Like, there's no way.
Those trackers, like, for tracking, really, honestly, they should put that bit in the bin. See the bit on the where it just says what you've burned every day. Like, look at it and just fucking forget if you've ever seen it. It is not in any way remotely accurate.
No.
And if you've got a coach, they've accounted for those calories in your day anyway, so it's not like you don't get to eat back anything.
Yeah, that's
They've
exactly
accounted for your expenditure within your calories. So, and like you say, like, if you're trying to lose body fat and your weight's not coming down and it's saying you're burning 900 calories and whatever, like, the science is science, mate. Like, you know, something's not happening. It's not. You're not burning it.
No, you're definitely not.
Plus, I just think people put a lot of emphasis on cardio for burning calories, and I just think, again, you're not going to burn a lot.
No.
Like, just use the food. Everybody wants to go. I always think of it like what's the games where like the ball pings off things on like all different parts of the board, and that's what I'm talking about.
I know you're doing that.
And I kind of that thought sort of thing, right? I always think of like, see when people are trying to like that are coaching and there's like there's like food, there's training, there's cardio, right? As soon as people get near the food one, they're like, oh no, fuck, like, I'm not going near that. They want to do anything that isn't just, you need to deal with the food, mate.
Yeah.
Like, because they just want to go, but I'm doing all my cardio, and like, maybe I could add in an extra cardio, and like, maybe you could just look at your food.
100%.
Maybe you could just like, and they're just like, oh no, but, and I'm like, stop, it's the food.
See the saying, you can't out-train a bad diet? It's 100% true.
It's always the food.
Of course it is.
But nobody wants to look at it because we're just all emotional beings that just eat our feelings. But it's always the food.
It's always the food. Yeah.
Maybe it's my cardio. Maybe it's the intensity of my steps. Maybe I'm not training hard enough.
Maybe it's my cortisol levels. Maybe I'm stressed. My water weight's up because I'm stressed.
Maybe you're just not tracking the 7 biscuits.
Yeah, of course it is.
Like, so it's always the food.
If your weight is not coming down, you're not in a deficit. It's that simple. Unless you're someone with an underactive issue, an underactive thyroid, there's something going on that you've not dealt with. I always say to clients when they swear down to me, I swear I've done everything, I swear my weight's not coming down, and they're in like poverty calories, they're doing X amount of cardio, and I'm like, you need to go get your thyroid or something checked in, something's not right. Like 100%. And then it all comes out, they're like, oh, well, I did actually. And I'm like, I know.
I know. I feel like we tangented.
I know. We definitely did, say. Did we answer that question, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay. What about this one? How does what we eat affect our mental health? Are there specific foods that can enhance mood or cognitive function?
I don't think there's specific foods. I think there's probably certain macros you should worry about. Like we spoke about fats, like how important they are for like brain health and stuff like that. I don't. Maybe you've got a different answer to that. There's nothing I can think of where I'd be like, certain foods make you feel a certain way. But no. I do think that, like, the term "you are what you eat" is very true.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
If you are filling your day with shite, like, you're going to feel like shite.
Yeah, you feel like sluggish, you feel crap, and your brain does affect, especially carbs. Your brain needs as well.
Yeah, I think all
carbs is like your brain food.
Yeah.
And it takes up a lot of your carb, and it does say that. Well, put it this way. Even Ross will attest this. They're like, whenever Ross in a very low carb day, he's in a shittery mood. Shitter. And it's because he just feels like nobody's home. And it's because they're not getting those carbs in as well. But no, like, that's not me saying go eat hundreds of carbs for your brain food. But no, I think it's more if you're in a big, big deficit, like we done with our photo shoots, and you feel that would affect your mental health. And like you said, if you're eating hundreds of shite.
I don't think it's specific foods. It's probably more habits around food.
Yeah, I would say so.
That are going to affect your mental health, like really like why you do certain things.
Yeah.
It's always just really, if you do have that sort of relationship with food where it's not great and like you maybe do go off the rails a little bit or you're bad for binging and restricting or whatever it might be, like, the best thing you can do is genuinely like reflect on what's actually happening, because see when people say let's just draw a line and move on, like I hate that. I think that's the worst saying. Like, don't ever draw a line and move on. Like, don't dwell on it. Yeah. But see, if you just draw a line and move on, you're never going back and actually figuring out why the fuck it happened in the first place.
100%.
You do need to go back and go like, why am I doing that? It's not just because you like food, because I love food.
Yeah, totally.
Like, everybody loves food, right? And it's not, you're not just somebody who likes food and you do, you know, like, there's always a reason.
Oh yeah, of course there is.
And you should always go back and reflect on it. But yeah, I think that I would say that's the answer. My answer would be that, like, it's maybe not certain foods that have a poor effect on your mental health. I think you could probably go down the rabbit hole of the whole UPF thing and how like that can maybe make you feel like shite. But the thing with the UPF thing, like, is like the devil's in the dose with UPF. Like, all the studies that are on UPF being like so bad and so detrimental to our health is a lot of these studies have been done on like very poverty-ridden families.
Yeah, they have. Where
they have got no choice but to eat a lot of UPF because they don't have the money to buy like other foods. So
UPF is unprocessed.
Oh, ultra-processed foods. Yeah, you have to take into account like social economical factors there as well.
Absolutely.
And like, it's not just that eating then you get people like us that are maybe in our lifestyle that go, I'll need to stop eating the protein bars, UPF, and I'm like, yeah, but these studies are done on folk who are eating like massive quantities of ultra processed foods all day, and they're also not. They've also got other health factors going on there.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, it's not as bad as what you think. You've done it for years. Why all of a sudden now is it so bad? Yeah,
I'd probably say just the whole like the ultra processed foods, the UPF. In case somebody's like, what are they talking about? So your ultra processed foods. I think my thing from it is more the nutrient deficiency, right? So a lot of these things, because they are processed, like if you put it versus whole foods, there's a big nutrient deficiency there, right? And which could lead to issues with mental health if you're not getting like enough of the good, what am I trying to say here?
Vitamins, minerals,
all those kind of things. Like,
macros and micros.
it could, I suppose, affect you, but not to that you need to be eating like truckloads of the stuff all day, every day. It's not going to affect you. I'm not talking about you like to go out and have like a pizza with your family at the weekend or once in a blue moon. Like, because now and again, when like I am the first to admit, see, sometimes the kids get the chicken nuggets and fish fingers and all that, and I'm not going, oh my God, that's going to affect them. You would need to be eating like all day, every day, truckloads of the stuff.
You need to be feeding them
deficient.
Like Cocoa Pops in the morning, then like chicken dippers for their lunch, and then like beans and cheese on toast. Or, I don't know, like not that, but like a microwave meal for their dinner, and then like chocolate bars at night every day.
Absolutely.
For that to become like if you're giving your kids twice a week, like fucking turkey twizzler or chicken dippers and potato smileys. They're going to be fine.
It's almost like the same argument with people that says, oh my God, don't drink those energy drinks, they've got aspartame in it. And it's like, you do realise that one, tests were only carried out in rats, and two, for that to affect us, to give us cancer, we'd need to be eating truckloads of the stuff. Like, but people believe this.
I know.
So it's wild.
A lot of these studies as well that you'll find when you go in and read about them, like, they're not always under controlled environments. Like, there'll be other economical factors, like where people live, and obviously in the world that will have a massive effect on how likely they are to have certain diseases, like if they're smokers, if they're drinkers, like their family health, like all these things sometimes aren't taken into account.
Absolutely.
But I think there was a big hoo-ha about the Joe Wicks thing. Did you see all that with the protein bar? He's got a documentary.
So. I've got him. I don't watch any stuff.
Documentary about how protein bars are. I might get this wrong because I've not actually watched it, about how protein bars are like going to kill us basically, and they're basically full of shite. And I think he made, I think I could be wrong here, he made a protein bar just full of loads of shite. And I think now he's cottoning on to like the fact that like all these like additives, sweeteners, blah blah, are really bad for you. He's not wrong, all right?
No, he's not wrong.
But we have to remember that Joe Wicks a few years ago was an ambassador for MyProtein.
That's a good point.
And he had his protein bars.
He was.
And he had his face on whey, and now it's like, oh, that stuff's bad for you. You know, when you're getting paid to do these things, they're all great.
Have you also seen some of his meals?
Yeah, I know.
That he puts out, you're like, all right.
Like, just add this double cream. Keep adding it.
Look at this low-calorie recipe. It'll take you 2 minutes to make, and it's like, Joe, I hate to say it, buddy, but that's like 800 calories.
And the guy's also terrified of seasoning. Like, he doesn't put garlic in it, and I'm like, where's the seasoning in this?
It's like wild.
Every meal, I'm like, why is there no garlic in this?
Oh, it's wild.
But anyway, he's on that now. He's came away from his whole, what was the thing that he said before? That he had a massive binge because he fell off the wagon.
I heard this story about
what was the word he used?
He did say he fell off the wagon. He goes, I fell off the wagon.
No, he said what's the relapse? He said a couple of really like heavy duty words. I was like
relapse isn't a word
because on sugar. You had a sugar ban.
Oh my God.
Because obviously as we know that people are going home and snorting. People are racking up lines of sugar in their kitchen. Like, get that credit card out. I need to rack up all this sugar, man. I need a wee hit
of this. The toilet eating Galaxy.
And then they're like, then they're just like taking lines of sugar at night because they're mad addicted to it.
Oh, what an idiot.
He stopped having sugar because he was addicted to it. And then the killer, what happened was he went to like a TV show in the morning, and he had all this fruit out. And he started eating bits of fruit.
See that?
And then that was it. That was it. It opened the floodgates, and then he ate a pack of Jaffa cakes. Because of the fruit.
Because fruit's sent him all the fucking eat your fruit, people. It's good for you. It's fruit.
So this is fucking well annoying, because this is fucking shite information that people then go, that's what I need to focus on.
Of course it is.
And I'm like, you're no addicted to sugar, mate.
No.
You're not.
No.
You're no rattling in work like,
I
need to get sugar.
Yeah. There are no clinics for sugar addiction.
I know, out down the back alleys, pull it at mate. Get any Whisper-Golds?
I need to check into the Priory. What are you here for?
Sugar.
That sugar. Fruit sent me on the edge.
Where's the rooms for sugar addiction?
All the wee staff like, hide the parents.
Don't put fruit today. That boy with that sugar addiction's
Get
in.
me grapes at his fucking room. See that? It's so laughable. It's actually like...
But it's
like,
frustrating
it's because we
because
know better, right? But most people would watch that and go, Oh my God.
It's so frustrating though, because then you can waste a lot of time with a client who's really focused on that, and you're like, please stop thinking about that.
I have it all the time. The amount of new people I take on that will say to me, I don't eat that, there's too much sugar in fruit. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I know, it's the biggest one, isn't it?
It's frightening. There was actually, on that topic of like how food affects your mental health, did you ever watch, there was a documentary called Fat and Back?
No.
You never heard of this? No. I wonder if I could ever find that again. So it was basically this PT. He was really, really established. He'd like competed. He'd done like triathlons. He'd done incredible shape. Like if you saw him, you'd be like, wow. And his thing was he was working with like really, really obese people. And they were just constantly like, you just don't understand. Like, you've never been in our headspace. You've never felt this way. You've never... So he done this thing where he deliberately put on 7 stone.
Oh, brilliant. I'd do that.
So he deliberately put on 7 stone. And he went and he vlogged the whole thing because he wanted to show just how bad his mental health dipped down. And it was frightening. And it was almost a big eye-opener. I wish everybody could watch. So, guys, look out for it. It's called Fat and Back with this PT. Can't remember his name. And it shows you him going from, like... And I'm not saying everyone needs to be an athlete, but what I'm saying is he was your regular athlete that would eat, like, whole foods and make sure that he was getting in plenty of water, really good sleep, rest and recovery, like, all that kind of thing. And then he went to McDonald's every day for lunch and had Greggs every day for lunch, would eat... like French toast for breakfast, for dinner, it would be pizza and ice cream. And he gained all this weight, right? He was like a shadow of himself.
Yeah.
He would be on the vlog, like crying and all that, and been like, I actually don't want to be here. He's like, it's the worst. My mental health is like in the pat. He goes, I feel ill. He goes, I feel heavy. Like I feel, not just physically heavy, he goes, but I feel like as though the world's a dark place now. Whereas I always like jumped out of bed and was like, oh, what's my adventure today? And he said that it's definitely food that's done that to him. And he says because the kind of foods he was eating were just, he's like, I feel like if I do that in my skin, I'm oily. I feel
I can even relate to that for just like being on a 2-week holiday.
Yeah.
You know what it's like sometimes? Or you've had like a heavy duty weekend, or you've been away in a city break for 4 days and you come back and you're like, get me like some normal food. And
but it was good because then it showed you his journey of him trying to get back into fitness. So one of his best pals that he used to work with, who's still like Mr. Whatever that done what he did, and his pal would like lose the rag with him in training sessions and stuff. He'd be like, mate, fucking pull your shit together. What you doing? Get out of bed. And his pal would be coming in. He'd be in bed going, no, I can't be arse training. He'd be like, I don't care. Get in the gym. And this guy knew how to train, but he just couldn't drag himself there mentally because he was so... He's like, I just feel physically drained and exhausted and emotionally really down about this. He's like, I don't want to be my girlfriend. I don't want to... And even she was on the vlog like crying about it, going... It's like, she goes, it's not the weight for me. She goes, he's like a different guy. Yeah. And it just shows you how it could affect you that way. That's extreme. But what I'm saying is if you're someone that's used to eating like that and you're wondering, could this potentially be a part of it? Maybe. Not all of it, but...
I would say there's absolutely no doubt that there's... If you're, overweight or like a decent amount overweight, you're going to feel... mentally not great.
100%.
Like you're saying, it's not like you were saying you need to be in pure incredible
no,
nick
you
and
don't,
pure massively ripped, but there is a direct correlation between being overweight and being like having poor mental health. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I think me and you spoke about this as well, where the food you eat matters in the sense that I laugh because who was it? Was it you I was talking to about this? And someone said, oh, you are so boring the way you eat and this and that. And I was like, I'm not being funny, right? I think I was eating like chicken and I had like potatoes and I just had some veg and they were like, ugh. And I'm like, you do realise, like, see a couple hundred years ago, that's what people lived off of. That's like normal food.
Of course it is.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it makes you feel good and it's still tasty, like season your food.
Nice. We're just eating all this shit every day and hating it.
Aye, that's what I'm saying. Like, it tastes really good, but it's good. But then it's almost like it's mental how backwards the world is that I'm the crazy one. And there'll probably be people listening to this that will roll their eyes and be like, oh, here we go, she's and I get it, but really think about it. Like, see back in the day before McDonald's or Greggs or anything was around, all your fancy sauces and all that, that's what people ate.
Of course it is.
And it doesn't take a rocket science to understand that a lot of the illnesses that appear now weren't there back then as well.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Of course.
It's crazy.
No. 100%. Agreed. Right, should we do a wee bit on just covering some wee topics? Because I remember I said to you last week, one of my pals had asked some stuff.
Oh yeah, what did they ask?
To cover some stuff. So just to cover. So I think a couple of things that she wanted to cover were, well, so I suppose covering a calorie deficit versus surplus. We've kind of covered that. Like,
Yeah.
it isn't really that much. It's not really difficult to figure out. Find your maintenance calories by tracking them over a period of time.
Yeah.
If you want to lose body fat, reduce what you're eating. So what maybe we should cover is, like, remember I said earlier on about like cutting. If you're cutting, if you're dieting, the importance of not just eating less of what you eat. Because I think that's what, so you've maybe had this before with people and they'll go, right, I just need to eat less of what I'm eating. I'm like, you do need to eat differently. So if you're somebody who in the morning has like toast and peanut butter, right?
Okay.
And then you go, well, I need to lose weight, so now I'm going to just have one wee bit of toast and peanut butter, right? My suggestion would be no. Like, that breakfast you're having is, let's say, 500 calories, okay? Rather than having 250 calories and it being tiny and worthless.
Yeah.
Why don't you have, like, 250, 300 calories, but, like, have a lot of food, i.e. yogurt, whey, fruit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Berries, like, a bit of peanut butter.
Yeah.
There's volume foods, so there's foods that will keep you fuller for longer.
Definitely.
Which people might think are all the boring foods, but that's unfortunately what they are.
Yeah.
There's like a satiety index, you can look it up online and it will show you the most satiating foods. I think potato is the most satiating food on the satiety index. In terms of calories per gram, it's the most satiating food, that you can, which is why anybody who's ever done any kind of diet with a coach probably has had potatoes in a meal plan.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking for bang for your buck carbs, potato is your pal.
Oh, definitely.
Same as it's like some people might have spaghetti bolognese for dinner and they go on and eat less of it, so they just like have a tiny bit of pasta. It's like the tiniest bit ever in the bolognese, and I'm like, well, why don't you just like take the pasta away and have like a ton of veg,
100%,
or have like 100 grams of potato plus it. So you've seen it online where you've seen people go, this is 1,000 calories and this is 1,000 calories and one's massive and one's tiny.
Yeah.
It's like you do need to look at volume-based foods because you want to feel as full as you possibly can. Yeah.
So a good example of that is in a game when I was doing my photo shoot. I think, so the meal was like, for my calories, I thought, right, I can either have that bagel thin or I can have 7 rice cakes.
Yeah. I know. Always go the rice cakes.
And I'd always go the rice cakes because there's more of it.
Of course.
But that's extreme dieting. So I'm not saying like, because everyone there's like, fucking rice cakes.
Well, I still do that. So I have every day for my lunch, if I'm not training, I always cook off chicken sausages at the start of the week or normal chicken. And I make a chicken salad with either the sausages or the chicken.
Yeah.
I put tons of like peppers and tomatoes and gherkins and that through it.
Yeah.
Wee bit of peronaise, mix it all together, and I always have rice cakes with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm still quite hungry.
Yeah.
All the time. But I'm also not I don't want to do a diet anytime soon. So I know I do still need to be mindful of what I'm eating. I can't just eat whatever I want because I'm building. So because I'm trying to sit at maintenance, I'm like, right, I'm hungry, but I know a bagel isn't going to really fill me up as much as like 7 rice cakes is going to.
Yeah.
So I'll just still have the rice cakes.
Aye,
and I just like them anyway.
Yeah. But we spoke about this the last time as well. Like I'm not a snacker, because it does nothing for me. Yeah. We spoke about that in the last one. I would always rather have much bigger meals than have a small meal, wee snack, small meal, wee snack, because to me it was just like me wanting more. I want to feel like my wee tummy's full, almost. Do you know what I mean? So like what you said, I would always go for more for my buck initially than, but if I spread it out, like that's just not me.
Yeah. Like, see if you're dieting and you're really hungry, like, don't have a wrap for your lunch. Like, a wrap is like a bulking person's dream. Because they're so easy. You could fucking double up a wrap.
Oh,
like,
easy.
they're so easy calories into a wrap.
Yeah.
So then when you're dieting, you might want to not have the chicken wrap and just have a chicken salad with some rice cakes.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be eating that for double the amount of time you're going to be eating a wrap.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep you fuller.
Yeah. And some rice cakes taste banging these days, like Marks and Spencer's.
No, see the Callow ones. Have you had the Callow balsamic?
Oh, of course. I love the Callow ones.
They're the Gucci of rice cakes, man.
Yeah.
The balsamic and the beetroot, the red pack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
So
God, they're like
M&S
Monster
do
Munch.
barbecue ones, which are also banging with your dinner.
Just to let everybody know, by the way, earlier on, I asked, before we came, I asked
Don't
Nikki,
shame me.
Nikki if she had any chewing gum. And she was like, yeah.
I did, aye.
And she went and got
Have
me
I got
some.
it here?
Do you want to bring it out for the people?
Yeah.
So if you're Nikki's client, see whatever she's charging you. She's
No.
charging you too much money because she buys M&S chewing gum.
I do not. I need to tell the story.
That is a rich person.
Excuse me. I was in M&S because they do the best mango, right? Mango everywhere else right now is horrendous. If it's not summer, it's horrendous. It's pure. It's like crunchy when mango shouldn't be crunchy. M&S never lets me down, so I nipped in M&S after being in Sainsbury's.
And you just had a £5 to spare on chewing gum.
And I got my mango and I'm running about going, shit, I might get chewing gum out of Sainsbury's. And I'm running about all the aisles going, where the hell's the chewing gum in like M&S? So I said to this wee guy, I said, excuse me, do you have any like Wrigley's chewing gum? And he went, sorry. And I went, chewing gum, like extra, Wrigley's extra chewing gum. And he went, no. And he went, oh, no, we do chewing gum. And he handed me this, right? Now, this is the thing that your gran... See, when you ask your gran for chewing gum, and she goes, oh, yeah, there you go, darling. That's exactly what that is.
You're rich, Gran.
My
Your Gran who's got a good fucking pension.
And it was literally £2.
It was really nice,
It was
to be
maybe a
fair.
bit more than that. Do you think it was?
Yeah, I liked it. I could have told you the difference.
Wait a sec, next week, let's have a look who is
That'll
the...
be me. I can
the
only buy
fancy
M&S chewing gum now. I think I've said this in a podcast before, but my life goal is to do my weekly shop in M&S.
Imagine.
If I see the day I can start doing my weekly shopping in M&S, I promise you now I will quit my job, cancel every client down on that day, and I'll go, I'm sorry, but it's been a good
Everything
run.
tastes better in
You'll
M&S.
need to find a new coach because I'm shopping with M&S now.
We've already said, like, see their fruit in M&S, their colour. Like, I've already said this before, like, they're watering that shit with Fiji water. I'm telling, like, whatever they're growing that with, they're going to be with Evian water.
You go in, you're just like, nice, innit?
Have you been to Waitrose?
Not for a long time. I know it's nicer on M&S. I know.
It's like M&S is like there, and then you've got Waitrose, like only millionaires shop in Waitrose. Like I actually remember being in, and it was like, if you ever saw that film Stepford Wives, and the women are walking about with the Gucci on, and I'm like,
did you ever go to Whole Foods when it was in Giffnock?
no.
Oh my God. Me and David used to go for a day trip all the time.
Is it still
I'd be
there?
like, Mum, we'll go to Whole Foods. No, it's
No?
short ages ago. It was like going to an American supermarket like every day. See, when you went in and like the start of it, all the fruit and veg, it was like, you can imagine walking in and it just been like, in the background because you were like, what is this place, man? And you wanted to buy like every single thing. It would be like a tangerine. You'd be like, I will want that tangerine. Looks brilliant.
Do you know what? I would love, and it's never going to happen because I don't live anywhere like this. You know that way when you watch like Virgin River or like any of these Netflix
they've got
that are based out in like Alaska, somewhere like somewhere it's like wee towns, and it's like they've got fruit shops and all that.
Yeah,
I would love the thought of walking about my wee basket.
Go and live in
and
Uddingston.
then like a fruit shop. I know.
Live in Uddingston and just
Get
go
in
down
there,
all the wee
having like the
shops
fruit shop, and be like, oh hi Edna, yes I'll have the apples, and then get out to see Henry the butcher. Hi Henry, got your order, Nikki.
Well, you could live that life.
That's the life I want to live.
That's it. Keep charging your clients all that extra money. You'll get there.
That is the life I want to live.
Next time you see Nikki send out an email for a price increase, look in her bag to see what she's got. Like, the fuck are you buying your fucking chewing gum for this week? You'll be ordering it in for Waitrose.
Waitrose.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So I think we should cover reverse dieting.
Okay. Yes.
Because I think it's a good one to cover.
That's a good one.
People are terrified of reverse dieting.
Yes, they are.
Also, do you know I follow Emma Story Gordon? You do as well. She's like it's basically who I want to be.
Yeah, I know. She's like your idol. Your girl crush.
I do want to be
That
her.
is your girl crush.
She is also gay, so you know.
Oh, there we go.
Things going to work out with David.
Absolutely.
You never know. So I really, really respect her. She's so clued up and knowledgeable. See, if you don't follow her online, man, please follow her.
She does her homework.
Oh, super, super clued up.
Please come on our podcast.
I know. We really want her on. She'll never come on.
Tag her.
It would just be
Can
us
everyone
looking at her
tag her,
anyway like
please? Can we tag her that she has to see this?
Yeah. People start tagging her in this, by the way. Send her this. Everybody send
There we go.
ESG Fitness on Instagram. she's really against it. Every time she gets asked a question, she's like, fuck reverse dieting, it's not a thing, don't do it. Which I kind of
is she?
I kind of understand her thinking, because most people don't need to do it. What we're talking about is when you finish a diet, I spoke about this last week, the calories that you finish on are not the calories you need to maintain, because they should be creating a deficit for you.
Yeah, of course.
So if you just stayed at those calories, you would continue to create a deficit.
Yeah.
And if you've plateaued on those calories, it's because you're no longer in a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
So people think, well, this is my maintenance now, this is what I need to eat. But what actually happens is you will be able to add more calories onto your day. And what will happen is your body weight will probably stay roughly the same, right? And the reason being is that you don't realise it, but when you're dieting, you slow down. Everything in your body slows down. Your movements slow down. You might be doing 10,000 steps on paper, but trust me, you're doing them very slowly, and you're sitting down as soon as you've done them. You're not fidgeting. You're not doing as much. You're not moving as quickly. You're not expending as much energy. And when you put that energy back into your body, what happens is your body moves a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Your metabolism, like things move a little bit quicker inside your body. And you also train harder, which will therefore create a little more calorie burn.
Yeah.
So actually, all those calories that you're going in, a lot of them come out again.
Yeah.
So that's what reversing is, like trying to get you up to a good amount of calories without it's not been on poverty calories forever.
Yeah.
You can do it quite slowly. Some people do it like 100 calories at a time. I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because I think it's if you've been in quite a harsh diet.
Yeah.
And you've ended up on very low calories, for most people, and I would assume for you as well, I would give them a bump of like 400.
Yeah, like sometimes I just whack them up to maintenance.
Sometimes more, right? But like some people, like depending on where they finish, if a female finishes on 1,500 calories, they probably don't need any more than like 1,900 maybe. Right? So 400's ample there. If somebody's finished a photo shoot, like when I finished my last photo shoot, I think I got like 600, maybe 700 right off the bat.
Yeah.
It was a big jump.
I think the importance of reverse... I totally get what she's saying, right? Reverse dieting, there's a place for it for people that do things like photo shoots and stuff, because here's the thing. When someone's been on, if you've never done a photo shoot, you've never been this hungry, or a prep for a show, you have no idea how low those calories are and how starving you are, but your output is so high as well. So like me and you were talking about, when I done my photo shoot, I think I finished up on 1,000 calories and was doing an hour cardio a day.
That's
right?
exactly what I finished on as well.
Horrific.
And when you're actually doing that, when you're actually legitimately eating, you know, not I'm eating 1,000 calories, and you're not. When you're legitimately eating 1,000 calories a day and doing an hour's cardio every day, that's like, I've said this to people before, like I couldn't see colours.
No, you're
fucking delirious.
You're really fucked up as well, in the sense that I remember going to bed dreaming about food, dreaming that I'd ate all this food and waking up and being like, did I do that? Did I actually eat that? Like, I was pure, like, just constantly looking at food, like, Instagrams, all that kind of, like. So my point is, people that do that kind of dieting need to reverse, because their hunger levels are out of control. Like, I needed somebody to get me on track, otherwise I'd have just stuffed my face and gained hundreds upon hundreds of calories.
Would you not consider that more of like a recovery diet, where you just give somebody a giant bump right away, because you're like, if I don't, they're going to fucking... If somebody'd given you 400 calories, right? Yeah. You would fuck that on day one, because 1,400 calories when you touch the sides.
No, it wouldn't have.
And now you've not got the photo shoot looming, so you're just like, fuck it, I'm not going to sit starving.
So I'll be... With me, Erin just put me right up to maintenance.
Yeah.
So I went from 1,000 and she gave me 1,000 calories back.
Oh, I never got that much. Ross
and do you know what was weird? I didn't massively gain hundreds of weight. But what she did say was I wasn't allowed any off-plan meals then. She goes, we're going to monitor this just to get your hunger levels under control. And if we need to pull back, we'll pull back. But now initially we need to get on top of the hunger, which works wonders for me.
Well, that's a good example, because there's different ways to do it. She did an initial bump of 1,000 with no off plans. Yeah. I think I got a 700, maybe just under that. Yeah. But so it's two off plans.
It's a big jump. Aye, with your 2 off plans. Mm-hmm. So it probably worked out the exact same.
But they had to be sensible off plans, like Nando's or whatever. Like,
it couldn't be. Where I was like, I felt like I was so out of control. I was like, no, I kids, don't give me the off plan now.
But for the general population, who is, let's say wee Jan finishes on 1,200 calories.
Yeah, no.
And then I would say don't be scared to. Like, the worst thing you can do is stay down there, because you won't stay down there anyway. You'll be nitpicking and stuff, and you'll be like going on these wee binges because you're starving, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm on 1,200 calories, and it's not, and you know, but I'm gaining weight because you're actually eating more than 1,200.
Yeah.
And it's not good to stay down there. So I would, again, have a coach to take you out of that. But it's really important if you go to a coach to lose weight. This is why I hate when people come to lose weight for a holiday. I don't take them on, because it's not really for me anyway, to be honest with you. But then they just go away.
Yeah, they go away.
And I'm like, well, you're going to fuck it.
I say this to people that do photo shoots. It's the worst thing. They'll do the shoot and then they go, I need a wee break for coaching. I'm like, it's the worst thing you could do.
You have to stay. Once you've done any diet with a coach, even if it's just whatever diet you're doing, you have to stay to learn how to maintain that.
Totally.
And that will come with a reverse or a recovery.
Yeah.
And if you just simply trust the process with what your coach is asking you to do,
Yeah.
and do it, or hold your hands up when you don't do it, it will work.
Yeah, of course.
We've all done it, and I've got hundreds of women as proof, and so will you have, that it works. You have to just, the understanding of it and the logic behind it, and the what actually happens is you move more, you train harder, and your body doesn't actually just start eating 500 calories more. Plus, you were already in a deficit, so you're just bringing your calories to maintenance, and then the wee bit extra on top of that, you're burning off with whatever extra movement you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's science. It does work.
Yeah.
So MD that goes, that's not going to work for me. It will work for you.
Of course
it won't work for you if you fuck it.
No, 100%.
If you just treat it as I'm not dieting anymore, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Then you'll fuck it.
Yeah, you'll fuck it. Yeah, totally.
But yeah, that covers reverse dieting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, should we cover maybe, I don't know, we're on maybe just over an hour, so.
I know, I can't see.
Is there anything you want to cover?
Let me have a look. I think a lot of mine we covered last time, because I was kind of the one doing the majority of them, wasn't
Yeah.
I?
One of hers was like binge eating, like at night. I covered that in a podcast before when I was saying like people that do intermittent fasting, they tend to start their fast at like 6 at night.
Yeah.
And it's not science. It's not rocket science. It's like, if you look at your eating patterns, if you're somebody who tends to eat more food at night and you're like a nighttime binger, you're either not eating through the day and you're psychologically saving up those calories for that binge at night, even if you don't think you're doing it. If you actually looked at what you ate across the day and tracked it, you'd probably find you were probably not eating that much during the day to have
definitely.
That. Or you're bored.
Yeah.
Or there's some sort of like psychological reason there. It's a behaviour, like it's just what you do. There's a trigger there.
That's it. It's like, are you actually hungry or are you craving?
There could be a trigger there of like, it's just, you know, like as soon as you switch on the telly for whatever soap you watch, it's like your brain goes, oh, this is when I have that, and you just go and get that, and it's like it's just what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
There could be an emotional trigger there of like you leave work and you feel stressed, and that stress triggers you to order food. Like there's a lot you'd have to reflect on why you're doing it.
That's like one of these questions here. What would you say the biggest barriers are that people face when trying to adopt a healthier lifestyle, and how can they overcome them?
Biggest barriers, they're all psychological.
Of course they are.
We spoke about this in the Be Over, but such a long car journey that into it with the amount to speak about. We spoke about this.
Do you know what? We definitely need to put a camera in the car.
Can you imagine if we put one on the day? It would just be me crying the whole way over with laughter.
Lou crying.
We spoke about how coaching is just being able to have conversations with folk.
Absolutely.
Which is funny because I really don't like people that much, right? It's not the job for me. Like, if I think about it, it's one of the worst jobs I could have done.
Do you think it is?
I really I really don't like it. Like, sometimes the thought of coming into work for me is really overwhelming. And so when people go to me, you don't understand how difficult it is, blah, blah, I'm like, no, trust me, I do, because this job's hard for me. I really don't like talking to folk. I vet folk before I take them on.
You do, aye.
Because, like, I can't have somebody weird. I can't have somebody... I don't know, like, I'm just like, I can't do it, man. So if you've made it through, then well done. But I just, a lot of coaching is just talking into it. Like, it's talking to folk, having conversations with folk. Yeah. And everybody's barriers are psychological. They're all, everybody knows they need to train. Everybody knows they need to eat this, that, and the next thing.
Yeah.
And everybody knows what they need to do. But people don't do it, right?
They don't do it,
So why don't they do it?
Yeah.
That's people's biggest barriers is why are you not doing it?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I bang on about it all the time, but see the Mark and Jen's course, Built to Coach?
Yeah.
That course should be mandatory on a level 3 qualification.
Absolutely.
Because it is the only course I've ever come across that teaches you behaviour change in people, right? And you could learn all the bones, all the attachments, all the exercises, all the whatevers. See, if you don't know how to help somebody change their behaviour, you are never going to get some result.
It's almost like I find, so I asked someone once, I says, what matters more to you in a coach? Like a coach that genuinely has knowledge or someone that just looks good? And majority of the time people will go, oh, I went with that coach because that girl's in a sports brand's got abs and this and that. And I'm like, but she could be fucking terrible at helping you overcome whatever your issues. Do you know what I mean? Because like you said, see for me with coaching, when I'm with my clients, you'll be the same. I spend more time being a life coach to them and almost like try to help them out of a mental barrier they've got than I do talking about their training nutrition in a session.
Because people know.
Absolutely. But people come in and they just want that release and that, but how to overcome this and you need to be good at that. And you are good at that. I know you say you're not a people, like you're not good at talking with people, but you are good at that. The amount of times I've fucking moaned at you and you've been like, Cam, Nick.
Yeah, probably I'm like alright at it from a job
really
perspective.
good
It doesn't mean I like doing it. Like I'm not like, I don't pure love hanging out with folk. Like I love sitting myself.
Oh, I love sitting myself
It's like the best thing I could ever do. Like sometimes I'm one of those folk that makes plans at the weekend and then is just like, why the fuck
do you know
did
what's
you do
so
that?
funny though, Lou? You're more outgoing you're more sociable than me.
But it's maybe because
Which is weird because technically MD watching us would be like, Nick's the more outgoing one, Nick's the more bubbly one, Nick's...
Probably more social butterfly.
I am not a social butterfly.
You're just more boring.
I'm so boring. I am...
But in a good way, I don't mean that in a bad way.
See, my job, I'm a total extrovert. Used to teach classes. I could be out there and be like, right, guys, and I can come in with a big smile. See, the minute the doors are closed, I just like being myself and peace and quiet.
But I think the difference is that I like a drink and you don't really.
Yeah.
That's why I'm more sociable. See, if I didn't drink, oh, fucking hell,
but people would look at me and go, she is so boring. I'm like, I'm so boring. Like, whenever anybody says to me, what have you been up to, Nick? I'm like, working wains. Like, I am so boring, but I like my life.
Yeah,
I like my wee quiet, no drama. This is good. Other people's drama, big fan, but not my drama. No drama in my life, please. I'm a listener to yours, but I don't need to hear of it.
That's why you're a coach, isn't it? Tell me your problems. Tell me your dramas.
Hey, that's exactly it. But I'm like so boring.
But yeah, I think I can't remember what the question was, but it was like the biggest barriers or something.
Yeah, the biggest barriers.
I don't know if actually next week, not next week, the week after's podcast is going to be common client struggles.
Yeah.
So that'll be that.
That'll be good.
Because we're going to get our own clients to give us all of their biggest struggles before they coached and while they're coaching, and some even after they've coached as well. Just to put into perspective how common everybody's struggles are. Some people think they're the only one.
Is this the one where we're going to get our client on?
No.
But
I know you're choking to get clients on. We are going to...
I just think it'd be a good perspective.
So yeah, we're going to do common client struggles next one.
Yeah.
I've got them all mapped out. I'm the planner, by the way. Nikki turns up every week. Like,
I'm the podcast princess.
Nikki walks in the door and goes like, what is it we're talking about today? I'm like, oh my God, I've been having a panic attack for about 2 weeks trying to think of everything, and you're just
I'm like the podcast princess.
Yeah.
I just come along
like you wheeled in and like you're just like, what's it we're talking about? And I've done like 10 days of research and I'm like fucking up to high though. So yeah, we've got them all mapped out to the end of the year, but we're going to do common client struggles, which we'll talk about that. So that'll be good for the person who asked that question. That'll be a good one. And then we're also going to do a podcast after that where we're going to do mini podcasts, half-hour episodes where we get clients on to talk about their journey. Yeah. People that have had quite either big stuff happen to them or have had quite prolific journeys.
Definitely.
We're also getting Tanya back on.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Tanya's coming back on.
Yeah, who watched
the episode that I did before we started the podcast on her brain aneurysm, because she had to go in for a second surgery because the aneurysm grew.
That's crazy.
So she's going to come on and talk about So that'll probably be a good one for somebody who's wanting to know more of the barriers, like around nutrition and training or whatever it may be. The simple answer there is everybody knows what they need to do with training. Everybody knows what they need to do with steps, food, cardio.
Yeah.
People don't know why they do what they do.
Yeah.
And that, if you don't want to go to a therapist, if it's not that deep, a coach can help you figure out why you do what you do and how to overcome it.
See, sometimes as well, and I do love these, but sometimes it just comes down to you need to give yourself a bit of a shake. And people, don't come at me. What I'm trying to say is, classic example, I once had a client check in, right? And I says to her, I just need you to do 3 30-minute cardio sessions a week. That's all you need to do. Can even do whatever you want, but here's what I need you to do. And every week she would check in, and not much would change. And I'd look and go, what happened to the cardio? And she's like, no, I'll do it next week. And next week came and she wouldn't do the cardio and nothing would change. And she'd be down about that. And I'm like, I need you to do this cardio. Because see, if you don't, I'm just going to keep pulling calories and you don't want me to do that. Do your cardio, right? And she said to me, I've got a pure mental block with cardio. And I went, what do you mean? She's like, I just find it boring. And I'm like, so do I. Be an adult and fucking do your cardio. And she was like, oh, but Nick. And I'm like, what, do you want the result or not? And it's that simple. You do your cardio and get the result, or don't do your cardio, but don't moan at me about it then. It's like, do your cardio. And there was no big, like, secret about her life. There was not any trauma she had. She was just like, oh, but I hate cardio. And I'm like,
yeah, a lot of the time it's not that.
I don't give a fuck. Do your cardio.
I would say, actually, I mean, it can, I get it, it's a bit triggering for some folk, but most people do just need to get a fucking grip and just
fucking
put on a bit of
get yourself a shake, do your cardio. Drink a burst.
A lot of folk, we've all got our own shit going on.
Of course we do.
And we could all sit and go, oh, but this and but that and but that. And I could sit and use every excuse under the sun. But really, you either choose to just get up and get on with it or you choose to lie down.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Right, 100%.
And sometimes it's not great to just get up and get on with it because sometimes you need to go, just hold on the room. You need to talk about that. Like, you're brushing that under the carpet and it shouldn't be brushed under. But most people just need to fucking work a bit harder.
100. And I'm laughing, right? Because if anybody listening to this thinks, what a bitch. Imagine her saying that. Here's what I'm going to say. I get paid to make you do this shit. I get paid to help you. Fucking right. You're paying me to be on your arse to go, do your fucking cardio.
Of course.
Do your cardio. And if you don't do it, I'm going to be like, I'm just going to make life very difficult for you then because I'm going to need to pull all these calories and life's going to get uncomfortable. And then you're going to moan about that. Fucking do your cardio.
Coaching's quite difficult these days as well because people are going to jump on Mars for saying this, right? But like, this is not I'm not having a go at anybody, right? But some people will just play the mental health card.
Yeah.
Right? They will. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody, right?
No,
I'm not saying I've got any clients to do that, right? But every coach that's watching this will go, it's true, right? In this day and age, people just go, oh, but this, oh, but that, oh, but that. And sometimes you just need to be like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you just need to fucking get on with it, mate.
Yeah.
It's life, isn't it? Life is shit.
Of course it is.
Life is shit.
Of course it is. And yeah, before you jump on Lou, she's not talking about people who've been mentally diagnosed and all that. Like, if you're on antidepressants, that, like, we're not
I've
going...
got tons of clients who are with therapists and who, trust me,
100%.
like, I deal with a lot of folk who've got genuine mental health issues.
Here's what I'm going to say, and now they're going to jump in me. I'll take the ball for you, Lou. If you're triggered by what we just said, it's probably true. I said what I said.
Imagine we just cut the episode there.
And I genuinely say it with love because I know my own bullshit. I know when I'm ripping the arse. And I actually sit and have arguments with it. Like, see me before I need to do cardio, I sit like this. And I'm having a mental battle. It's like, with the voice going, but don't do your cardio, do it next week. But Nick, you've no time next week. Oh, but you've had a hard day with the kids. But Nick, nobody fucking gives a toss. It's your results. But Nick, and it's like... And then it all comes down to me just going, Nick, fucking just do your cardio. Jesus Christ, do what you need. Or whatever the other thing is. Prep your meals. Be an adult, right? And it's like, we're not putting that out there, calling it. Like, I go through this too. So do you.
Yeah.
But stop being a pussy and do what you need to do.
It's just
if you're someone that doesn't have any of those kind of issues, we're also not mental health doctors. We know this. We're not claiming to be. Yeah. But there are people out there that do play the card.
100%
a lot.
They do.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting going, this is quite awkward, isn't it? Because, I mean, now, what do you really say to that? so many clients. I've got a client who's got a running joke where actually, because she'll know who I'm talking about. She watches this podcast all the time, and I'm always like, I'm gonna make a list of every excuse you give me, and I'm just gonna every week I'm gonna start rhyming it off in your voice note check in. I'm gonna be like, so week 17 your excuse was blah blah. Week 18 your excuse was blah blah. Because every week she's like, this happened, oh but that happened. I'm like, I'm just waiting for you to tell me what happened last week. What happened this week? What was your thing this week? Because she's just like, and I'm like, we need to call a spade here. You're just coming up with an excuse every fucking week, and see if it's not that, it'll be something else next week.
Yeah, totally.
And some people just need to hear that. Like, you're going to have an excuse every week, so if that's the way it's going to be, then just keep giving me your money. It's absolutely fine. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take your money.
Yeah.
You're just giving me an excuse every week.
Yeah. My thing I say with my guys, in fact, I've not even said this to my guys because they have been pretty good, but in general, in the past, I have said to someone like, I shouldn't care more about your result than you should.
No, and I've got to the point where I don't. Like, I really care about my clients' results, but if it's teetering on me caring more, you just cut it there.
Like, you're probably the same. Like, when I was a kind of new coach, when I first started out, like, it mattered to me much that they done well, and then it got to the point where even if they weren't following the plan, I would be like, oh my God, right, what can I do now? And try and almost see it as I've failed them. And then I look back now and I'm like, well, hold on a minute. If you just stuck with the plan, the result would happen.
I know.
So why, like, and I'll say that when if I've ever get a client that checks in or months down the line says to me, like, oh, it's just not working, I'm not getting a result, and I scroll back their check-in and they've not done things or things, like, I'm going to put that back in them and go, what more could I have done as your coach? Tell me. See, aside from jumping in your body and doing it for you, what more could I have done for you? Because you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you done this, you didn't do that. Like, what do you want me to do? Come into your house, handcuff myself to you, walk you around the house, like, take you out, meet you train, like... There does come a point where it is kind of like, I'll do it. I will bend over backwards for my clients. I will do all my homework. I will look into any illness you've got. I will do whatever I need to do. But if you're not meeting me halfway...
Yeah, of course.
What you meant to do?
Of course. We went off on a massive tangent.
Fucking hell.
That was just a pure rant at the
That
end,
really
wasn't
was a pure rant.
it? Mainly for you.
Was it? I need to get that out
Yeah,
there.
you seemed quite angry there. You're right.
Told you.
Whoever Nikki had in this morning must have really riled her up.
No, they were actually lovely this morning.
What day are we on, so I can tell you? If you were in the gym on the 9th of October...
This is the kind of coach I am. You get golden retriever energy, but I'm a fucking pit bull.
There you go.
Don't be crossing.
Oh, fuck. That was like a pure actor analogy you used there.
You want to sing? Break out a song, Lou?
No.
Get your guitar out?
No, I don't know. Right, I think that kind of covers everything, doesn't it? We've talked quite a lot there. It's probably quite lengthy. It was nearly like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think we'll cap it there on nutrition. We could always do a nutrition one further down the line again if anybody wants to ask. Or if anybody wants to ask any other questions off the back of this, just ask us in the comments or DM us. As always, we would appreciate it massively if you would give us a wee share on social media.
Yep.
All those wee shares make a big difference to us because we will obviously spread it as far as we can. Like, subscribe. That's it, really, isn't it? Like, subscribe, share, comment, give us your biggest takeaway.
Yeah. Tag us too.
Yeah. Do
Tag
everything
us
that you're meant to do to make us influencers and not have to work.
Not have to work.
Yeah.
Not that we don't want to work with people, but, you know, well, Lou Disney, obviously.
No, I don't. No, I do. I love working with folk. But even my clients will know fine well I don't like working with people. But I do. That makes me sound terrible. I'm a brilliant laugh.
You're a good laugh, eh? You're actually really... You're obviously very good at your job, I mean... So you can't be that bad. You're always busy.
Maybe I'm one of those folk that, like, it's endearing that I don't like people.
It's attractive.
You're
a challenge.
People are like, I like the fact she doesn't like people.
No, it's more...
I'm going to make her like me.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, it's a challenge.
Maybe secretly everybody just really wants to be my pal. And they're
They
like,
do.
I'm dying to be her pal.
But she's mine.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Anything else to
Thanks,
say?
team. No.
Okay.
Nah.
We will catch you on the next one. Throw the horns. I like how we do the horns at the end now.
I'm rubbish at them. I forget how to do them. I'm like, oh.
What do you always go do instead? That?
I don't actually know. But I watch you first and go, it's that.
Fucking hell, man. I wish you were going to that gig at the weekend.
What's
just to
the
see
other
you like
one?
that.
There's two emojis. What is it?
That's
it's that one that throws me off.
Rad.
Is that what that means? I've never known what that means.
Never known that.
No, I didn't know that.
That's like
I've always seen people do it, and I'm like, oh,
that's kind of
hi.
like skatery, like American, like
What does that mean though? How would I use that in a context?
like rad, like pure cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Is that what they do? Do you
It's
do
kinda
that?
Australian American.
Does David do that?
No.
Right.
Australian rap. Kind of like Australian American-y. We would never use that. You get slagged rotten for that.
Especially at this age. Be a bit like, I
We'd
alright.
never really do that actually, unless I was at a gig. We probably wouldn't even still do that. It's quite weird.
What did you do there? Oh, is that not what we just did?
Yeah.
But we done it that way?
Yeah, I will.
Ah.
do it
What's
either
the
way.
actual way of doing it?
But if you were at a gig, you'd probably do that. But
Right,
like,
okay.
If you were doing it, somebody would probably go like that.
What does that mean?
Rock on.
Ah. There we go.
What drinking, man?
I don't know.
It could be like a fucking terrorist symbol and you're just doing it every week. Fucking like a wee sheep, like.
I read that as well.